So starting the test drive in this Sentra, the 2-liter definitely has more get up and go than the 1.6 we see in the Versa and the Kicks. So I'm liking the power output, getting 149 horses here, 145 pound-feet of torque. And then also just having this safety shield here, I like that we get the lane departure. Vibrates the steering wheel if I go out of the lines, that's nice. And then also just having the adaptive cruise on top of that. So I think for the price point, just all that you get here, pretty good deal, all things considered. But that's kind of where Nissan's market share shines, but also they make inexpensive cars that look really good. That's kind of how they've been since they introduced the CVT to the world. And even though it's not my favorite transmission, I do like the looks of these Nissans. Now I like how it brakes. You have to put your foot into it just a little bit, but typical for a car, and you still have plenty of room to go if you have any emergency situations. Now I will say that this rides just I think it rides a bit better than the Versa for me, but road noise I feel is a bit more prevalent just going on this rough back road that I'm used to taking. So it won't be this loud in most everyday situations, but if you do ever need to get a soft, cushy ride, these 18-inch alloys just kind of get in the way of that. But all things considered, I'd say it's about an 8 out of 10 in terms of just ride quality, road noise, everything put together so far. But the Sentras for me have always just been good cars for the money. And I feel like the Versa was just kind of for those who wanted something smaller, wanted something to save them a few dollars on their monthly payment, and something that was a bit more fuel efficient. But honestly, the Sentra is my favorite out of the Nissan lineup. You get 30 miles per gallon city, 38 highway with this 2-liter 4-cylinder, which is more than capable, I think, as opposed to the 1.6 that can feel a bit strained. The one thing I do wish I had is paddle shifters here. I feel like that would be a good place to have this, to have them would be in this SR Sentra, but unfortunately that's not the case. And I don't tend to like the sequential shifts where they're not actual shifts because it's a continuously variable transmission, but it does make the driving experience a bit more fun. Now I do like how bright these LEDs are compared to the halogens that I'm used to seeing in the Sentra SV, the Versa SVs, the Versa S's, and then the Kicks SVs as well. And that's one of the big pluses about getting the SR trim level, SR premium, whichever it is you get those LED headlamps that look phenomenal. They just make the cars look totally different. I think that's why the SR, if it's not the best-selling trim, should be the best-selling trim for Nissan's Versas, Sentras, and Kicks. But I'm gonna put it in the sport mode as we get on the interstate, and hopefully I'll be able to open it up. All right, we're gonna give it a bit of throttle here. So very good power here, very good. So I'm going to take it out of sport mode, put the Eco on. have the adaptive cruise. I'm gonna see how this slows us down here. So still holding a speed. I have the gap set to 1, still holding a speed. Slowly starting to slow down just a little bit. But I like the SR trim. I think it's very good looking. I love the features you get here. I mean, blind spot monitors, adaptive cruise, lane departure warning, all of that is very, very, very good for this price point. And I think if you are in the market for something like this, if you're looking at the Corolla, if you're looking at the Elantra, things along those lines, definitely make sure you take a look at this 2024 Nissan Sentra in the SR trim level.